Shalom, my name is Rakam, my compassion, Jim and London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chakwadash. The honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and honors out there to the brothers and the highways and byways, teaching his truth in all sincerity. Okay, back with another lesson, another topic. Okay, I'm gonna entitle this one Christians, the worst of the Israelites. Okay, now because it's not something that we put out there that much, man, but it has been coming out more recently. Is that really and truly, us Israelites are the true Christians, man. Okay, not this phony ass religion, that's been established here. Mainstream religion. Okay, what they dub as Christianity. Okay, because that's not true Christianity. Okay, but really, that title or that I'm just gonna call it title. Really pertains to us, man. Okay, because a Christian is a follower of the anointed one, of the Messiah, who is Yahweh Shai. Okay, our Lord, our Savior. Okay, those that believe in him and the doctrine. Okay, so really that only applies to us because we are the only ones with the true understanding of the Lord's doctrine. Okay, we are the true believers in Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Okay, we have his name and his doctrine, and we do those things that were committed to us to do. Okay, to teach our people to fish for the elect, to stand against the wickedness of this world, this kingdom, this system, and to prophesy its inevitable downfall. Okay, that is all us. Okay, that is not these phony ass Christians up in these phony ass churches. Okay, under that banner. Okay, that is run by a bunch of fucking pedophiles in the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, that's all phony shit. Okay, they're not followers of the Lord, man. That's a congregation of Satan right there. Okay, so all these denominations that are out there, they are not Christians, man. They're not true Christians. Okay, all these denominations are just, congregations of Satan. Okay, in their own blissful ignorance, for the most part. Okay, but they're all congregations of Satan. Okay, and these establishments, man, these religions, these establishments, they're all going to be destroyed, man. The Lord's not with them. Okay, so all these congregations are going to be destroyed. The only congregation that's going to be left is the congregation of the Lord. Okay, which, like I said, that resides with us. Okay, the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, and really, the men of GMS and the men out there that hold the same doctrine. Okay, that really pertains to us. Okay, because we're the ones going to be left standing, at the end of all this. Okay, these religions are going to be destroyed, man. But the truth that we hold, that we teach out there on the highways and byways is what's going to stand, because it is the will and, the word and will of the Lord. Okay, but just to add on top of that, man. Okay, the Christians who are Israelites. Okay, they're all Israelites. The true Christians are all Israelites. Okay, in the flesh and in the spirit. Okay, that elect spirit. Okay, they weren't made up of they weren't made up of other nations or the heathen. Okay, so these other nations that try to hold on to this identity have no place to even do that. Okay, because you're not an Israelite. Okay, you have to be a Christian, to even be considered a Christian, you got to be an Israelite. Okay, and I'm gonna show you that in a little while. But that's a title that belongs to our people because it concerns us. It doesn't concern you other nations. Okay, The Gentiles that came into the fold, man, they were Israelites, man. Okay, that had fallen off from that identity. Okay, but they were Israelites. Okay, this whole thing pertains to the Israelites. Okay, but getting even a little bit further in, this is about the truth. This is about the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, so the true Christians are those that were chosen. Okay, not those that chose. Okay, to believe in the Lord and all this kind of stuff. These Christians believe they chose to become Christians and that kind of stuff. That's not how it works. Okay, the elect are men that were chosen by their Heavenly Father, okay, to be saved, okay, to receive mercy. Okay, and it's these men of the nation of Israel, these elect men of the nation of Israel, that were the Christians. Okay, and these were the most hated of all Israelites. Okay, which what I'm doing now is marrying in the fact that GMS have the truth, man. Okay, and we are the most hated group in Israel. Okay, it's been said by these other camps. It's known amongst the other camps that we're the most hated among the nation of Israel. Okay, and it's true, and it's not something we run or hide from, man. There's no need to. Okay, because we're standing in the same stead as those elect men before us. Okay, that were hated of our own people. Okay, of the Jews. Okay, and of the system. Okay, which was Rome at the time. Okay, we're in that same predicament right now. Amongst our people, those that are that know they're Israelites and don't know they're Israelites, amongst our people, okay, we are the most despised. GMS are the most despised among them, and like I said, this is to be no surprise to us. Okay, this is was to be expected because these are what the scriptures speak about. Okay, but like I said, it's not a pleasant title to hold as an individual, but at the same time, it's a necessary one to hold. Okay, it shows us that we are actually fulfilling prophecy, man, as men of the Lord. Okay, so we'll hold that. Okay, we will hold that until the Lord comes and delivers us, and then everyone else can be put to shame. Okay, but I'm gonna read this in Matthew chapter 5. I'm gonna start from verse 10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Okay, all we do out here is teach the scriptures, how the Lord brought it out and how the Lord, taught things, man. Okay, the understanding, okay, of these breakdowns and that, this is all we do. Okay, but we're persecuted because of that. Right? It says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." Now, because we hold this doctrine of Yahweh Shai, and that's the doctrine that we teach on the highways and hedges, man. They persecute us, okay, they revile us, man, and they speak all manner of evil against us, man. Okay, and slander us and tell lies about us. Okay, knowing that it's gonna incite further hatred and cause greater disdain against us by the masses, man, because they play on people's emotions and feelings and know how to press those certain buttons to get those reactions out of those peoples, man. Okay, but their lies and it's not the truth, man. Okay, but they're gonna believe them. The world believe the world, right? As the scriptures say, the world would love their own. Okay, but they don't love us, man, because we're not like them. Okay, because we're not of the world, man, but the world heareth each other. Okay, so they hear one another in their arguments against us, and they join on the bandwagon. That's why even among these Israelite groups, they're all confederate in their views about us, man. Okay, they're all confederate. They don't really get on one another. Okay, talking about their doctrines and the difference in doctrines that they have. They don't really get on each other. Okay, but when it comes to GMS, they all band together. They all believe in one accord. That we're evil, man, basically. Okay, but like I said, like I just read here, man, that is to be expected, man. It's only us that really, go up against all these other camps, man, for false doctrines, to rebuke them, and to make others aware of their false doctrine. It's only us that do that. Okay, but apparently we're evil for doing that, man, and they want to say all hateful things about us, and try and paint us, in a bad light to others. That's fine. You can do all that, but that's going to be to your shame. Okay, at the end of the days. Okay. This is verse 12. It says, "Rejoice and be exceedingly glad." Okay, so we're not. It's not. We're running away from a title such as that, man. Like I said, it's not a pleasant title to hold, but it's a necessary one. So we're happy because we know that what it goes on to say. So I'm gonna read it. It says, "Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you." Okay, it's the same thing that happened to all the other righteous men that our people hated on. Okay, hate is nothing strange to the men of the Lord. Persecution is nothing strange to the men of the Lord. Okay, false witnesses and lying statements, evil that are spoken against us is no strange place for the righteous men of the Lord. Okay, because we're justified ultimately of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, we don't need to be justified of other people, of other Israelites and all this kind of stuff of the world. We don't need that. Okay, so we don't care about what others think. Okay, all about what the Heavenly Father thinks and His Son. Okay, so that's the point on that. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 22. It says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake." Okay, right there with the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, declaring it boldly, teaching in His name. Okay, unlike other men. Okay, but we are hated for His name, for His name's sake, right? Because we come with His truth. So, and ye should be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Okay, and that's ultimately what the reward is at the end of it all, is that we will be saved, man. Okay, it says, "But when they persecute you in this city, flee you into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man come. So the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord." It says, "It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?" Okay, so they're saying all kinds of things about us, man. Calling us rapists, pedophiles, all these other things that they say that we are and have done, and we haven't done, or anything, man. We simply come with the scriptures and what the scriptures say about things. Okay, you called the Lord the devil, man. Okay, so it's to no surprise, these things that they say about us now. Okay, they ain't true, and it's not gonna have no bearings when the Lord comes, man. Okay, this world might have a reaction out of it, want to try and do something to us, lock us up, kill us, do whatever. But at the end of the day, we're gonna be justified in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, knowing what the truth was, man, and what the truth is. Okay, so it's not for you to be able to really say anything. Okay, so we can be called devils, we can be called evil and all that kind of stuff. Like I say, it's gonna hold no weight at the end. Okay, it says, "It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?" Okay, and we're of the Lord's household. Okay, so we're gonna get those labels and all that stuff, coming at us. It says, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. Okay. So when I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear them not which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather him that which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Okay, so we gotta fear the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, first and foremost, man. Before thinking about these clowns, man. Okay, we gotta do the work of the Lord, man, the will of the Lord. Okay. That's not what I wanted. All right. This is John chapter 15, verse 18. It says, if the world hate you, you know they hated me before it hated you. Okay, they hated the Lord, man. Okay, they hated the Lord for his doctrine and what he was saying, what he was claiming. It sounded outrageous to our people, man, because this is who the Lord was teaching. Okay, he was preaching to our people, right? And our people, Israelites, wanting them dead. It's the same thing, man. Okay, you're outraged by the words that we speak, the doctrine that we come with, using the scriptures, breaking down the scriptures, going into the deep hidden meanings of the scriptures. You don't like it, man. Okay, and you hate us because of it, man. But it's just the word. it's Yahweh Shai. But because you hated Yahweh Shai back in your past life. Okay, you hate the word now when we speak it. Okay, it's because you hate Yahweh Shai. Okay, which is, like I said, ultimately is going to end up, with your destruction. Okay, so if you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Right? It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Okay? So that's the state of affairs, man. And that's why GMS is the number one camp. Okay? Is the only camp. Okay? That have the truth, man. Okay? And we're hated because of that truth that we have. Because Yahweh Shai came the same way. He came with that truth, and they hated that truth. They hated his word. Okay? Which is the Heavenly Father's word. Okay? So we're the most hated group out there, and like I said, that's fine. But that just shows the lot that we stand in. Okay, we stand in it with Yahweh Shai. Okay, and the other great men of old, man. Okay. Just a couple more, and I wanted to get into an article, man, that I picked up. But this is just on the point of the fact that Christians, okay, are really Israelites. Okay, are only Israelites. Okay, and that really pertains, like I said, to us. It doesn't pertain to these people that call themselves coming into the religion of Christianity. Okay, that's not what this is. Okay, real Christians are followers of the Lord of the nation of Israel. Okay, they were Israelites that followed the Lord. Okay, because not every Israelite followed the Lord, man, as is well documented. Okay, the majority of Israelites rejected the Lord. Okay, and a few men followed the Lord, man, and they were being called Christians, man, but they were coming out of the nation of Israel. Okay, not to say necessarily Judea and Jerusalem, because obviously followers came out from all parts, of the area of the earth at the time. We're coming out of different nations. Okay, but these were Israelite stock. Okay, so the Christians are Israelites, okay? And the scripture says here, Romans 11 verse 7 says, what then have Israel not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, okay? So of our people, like I said, the majority of our people rejected the Lord, okay? But there was a portion of our people, okay, that accepted the Lord, man. Okay, it was them that have obtained, Okay, which is that the mercy and the salvation. Okay, and these people are known to be the elect. Okay, those are the ones that the Lord have ever, had mercy to, man. Okay, and this is what this ultimately is about. It's about the elect. It's about the true followers, believers of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. Okay, these elect men were Israelites. These elect men were Christians. Okay, it's Revelation 7 verse 3, and it says here, I heard the number of them which were sealed. Okay, sealed are the elect. Okay, the true Christians, right? And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay, this is who it is. Okay, the elect men of Israel. Right, in Revelation 14 says this, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000. Okay, the same 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. Okay, like I said, we come in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We have the name of the Lord with us, man. Okay, and I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000. Okay, so no one could receive this truth, okay, learn this truth, man, except for the 144,000. So it's like when we speak out there on the highways and byways, man, it's like a song that no one understands and no one can get. Okay, these the psalms that are in the scriptures, they're songs. Okay, and this is like like the whole song, the whole music sheet that we got that we have and understand and have learned. Okay, and we're playing it out there for people to hear, but they don't understand it. They don't get it. It doesn't sound nice to them. Okay, because it's not for them. Okay, this is heavenly music, man. Okay, this is for the elect. Okay, the elect are gonna appreciate that song. Okay, and they're gonna learn it. Okay, it can't be learnt by anybody else, as it's stating here, right? So that no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. Okay, so those that are being redeemed from the earth, like I said, are the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, the Christians in the Bible. Okay, because these Christians were, like I said, were the Israelites that believed in the Lord. Christians were a separate sect to the rest of the Israelites or the Jews in Jerusalem. Okay, you had different sects. You had the scribes and Pharisees, the Sadducees. You had other groups as well. Okay, the Christians were the most hated among them because they went against everything that they thought they knew. They held doctrines that were different, that went against all of their doctrines. There was not any place where they could could uh sort of agree on kind of thing, and they hated us, man. It's the same thing today with these other Israelite camps, man. They have differences, but they don't hate on each other. They don't try and rebuke one another. They don't try and do anything in terms of correction. Okay, because even the Sadducees and Pharisees went back and forth with things, man, but they got on. They didn't try to kill one another. Okay, but when it comes to Yahweh Shai and his disciples, Christians, that is when they were, looking to get us killed, man. Because they were so upset with what we were teaching back then. And again, today, they're upset with what we're teaching today. Okay, we play the same roles, man, just in another era. The men of the Lord are here once again doing the same thing, being, and the wicked men of our people, of our nation, are here again doing the same thing. So, like I said, we're just playing the same roles, just in a different era, man. Okay, we remain in our lots. We can't step outside our lots. Our lots is what's been given to us, man, and that is what we're here to perform. All right. So that was my point on that. Okay, so I wanted to get into this, right? I think it was this, right? I typed in persecution of Christians, right? And I'm just opening it up with this. I'm gonna scroll down. Okay, you can read these articles in its entirety, in your own time. It's right. It says the persecution of Christians can be historically traced from the first century of the Christian era to the present day. Early Christians were persecuted for their faith at the hands of both Jews, from whose religion Christianity arose, came out of the Jewish population, right? And the Romans, who controlled many of the lands across which early Christianity was spread. Okay, so we was persecuted by our own people and by the governing, I was gonna say authority, man, the governing nation. Okay, just like the so-called white man is the governing power over the earth right now, being headed by America and their system of colonialism, that, and their influences. Okay, it's their system that's in power right now. Okay, so not only are we being persecuted by our own people, these other Israelite groups and other so-called black people, so-called, we also get persecuted by the states, the systems that are in place that oversee us, man. That that we're under. Okay, that's why we're getting persecuted in the media. Okay, and that's why we're being put on terrorist watch lists, and this is why these things are happening. Okay, but I'm gonna scroll down into reasons. Did I pass it already? Slovakia, because I thought that it was right here. So that must mean that's in the other article. So let me start with that one. What the hell happened here? Right, there was an article here on my phone right this minute, and now it is not here. What's Satan doing? Right, this is it. This is the one. Right, it says persecution of Christians in the Roman Empire. Okay, but I'm just gonna scroll down straight to reasons. Okay, so I already mentioned that Christianity come out is a sect of the Jews, right? So yeah, so reasons, man. You got here public opinion, right? Social religious causes, right? I shall read from. Right. Okay, let's read from the top here. It says before 2050 AD, persecution was not empire wide. It was localized, sporadic, often mob led, with occasional actions from local authorities. Reasons for persecution can be understood by looking at a few main areas of conflict. The exclusive sovereignty of Yahushua clashed with Caesar's claims to his own exclusive sovereignty. Okay, so it's just the respecting of rulership, right? So the Roman Empire practiced religious syncretism and did not demand loyalty to one god, okay, because they worship many gods, man. They were idol worshippers, right? It says, but they did demand preeminent loyalty to the state, Okay, and this is the same thing here set up right now. Okay, there is no particular God that so-called white man reverences, man. He claims to be God-fearing, that he believes in the Bible, but he promotes every religion. Okay, he only cares about you submitting yourself to the state and its laws. That's all he cares about. So he'll make whatever changes he wants to his laws, man, and you got to abide by them. He doesn't care what religion you put yourself under, what rules that religion has, or anything like that. As long as you abide by his laws, his system, basically. Okay, it's the same thing, right? So, and this was expected to be demonstrated through the practices of the state religion with numerous feasts and festival days throughout the year. Okay, which this place also holds. Okay, not on the same scale as to deify the person in rulership, because that doesn't happen. But there are these these feast days and that they set up: Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, all these so-called holidays that they promote in this world, in this system. They're here. Okay, they do that still, right? It has nothing to do with scriptures or anything, man. This is his own thing. Okay, and that's how you pay tribute to his system. Everyone participates in these things. They make the so-called white man tons of money in these holidays. What we had so-called Mother's Day yesterday. So Esau made a killing out of flowers and chocolates and all that kind of shit yesterday. That's how it works. All right. So the nature of Christian monotheism prevented Christians from participating in anything involving other gods, and it's the same thing with us. We don't participate in these events. Okay, we should curse them out, and we reveal things upon them, about them, what kind of stuff. We don't participate in them, so we don't quite fit in with the world and how the world does things, because we don't share the same things. We don't do the same things, right? So we kind of what do they call that? Isolate ourselves from these things, right? It says the nature of Christian monotheism prevented Christians from participating in anything involving other gods. Christians did not participate in feast days or processionals, if I'm saying that right, or other sacrifices, or light incense to the gods. This produced hostility. So the fact that we're not like everybody else out there and we don't hold the same things in common and stuff like that, it creates hostility. There's something weird about us, So they refused to offer incense to the Roman emperor, and in the minds of the people, the emperor, when viewed as a god, was the embodiment of the Roman Empire. Okay, we don't promote the system. We don't agree with it. We don't, we curse it out, right? So Christians were seen as disloyal to both. In Rome, religion could be tolerated only as long as it contributed to the stability of the state. So as long as you did as you're told, basically, as long as you followed the laws of the land, of the system, you could be tolerated, man. But you speak up against the government, you speak up against things, you add to instability. Okay, which is where we lie right now, because we speak up against this system. We prophesy its downfall. Okay, we create I just had the word, I just said it. Instability. Which they don't like. Okay. It says as long as it contributed to the stability of the state, which would brook no rival for the allegiance of its subjects. The state was the highest good in a union of state and religion. In Christian monotheism, the state was not the highest good, which is correct. Okay, the scriptures, the word is the highest good. Okay, its laws is above all laws. Okay, is righteousness. Okay, this place here promoting all these fucking, homosexual acts and transgender acts and all this kind of madness. This place isn't righteous, man. There's so much evil in this place that they promote. whether in light or in darkness, okay, in the open or behind the scenes, they promote all this evil that goes on, man. And this place needs to be destroyed. Okay, that's righteous judgment. Okay, but that's not right in their eyes. Okay, in the system's eyes. Okay, so as Christians moved their activities from the streets to more secluded domains of houses, shops, and women's apartments. Okay, so severing the normal ties between religion, tradition, and public institutions like cities and nations. Okay, now, like it's what it's stating here is that basically at the beginning, obviously, we was out there on the highways and byways, back in, in Rome, teaching, but because of the backlash, because of the persecution that was happening, they were forced underground. Basically, they were forced into buildings and things of that nature, and I guess that's where, you get this modern Christianity today with their churches and shit. I guess, right, getting verification for that, but that's what's leading us to believe right now. But this is not how things were meant to be. Okay, we was meant to be out there on the highways and byways, out in the open, to be teaching. Okay, we wasn't meant to be forced into hiding. We wasn't meant to be forced into holes, man. Because the scriptures speak about our teachers shall be removed from the corners or something to that effect, man. Meaning we weren't going to be hidden anymore. Okay, thy eyes shall see thy teachers. Okay, we was going to come up above ground again. Okay, and that is what's happening right now with the camps. Okay, we're not hidden in a building somewhere. The truth is wasn't meant to be hidden. Okay, it's time to reveal the truth. Okay, so with that candle up on the hill, okay, that's shining before all the nations, man. Okay, and like I said, this modern Christianity ain't nothing like that, man. And this mainstream Christianity, this set up Christianity, they're all locked in buildings talking shit. Okay, not even speaking the truth. Okay, but really promoting the state. Really. Get along, fucking spirit. Because they're just giving in to the state and all its laws that it promotes, they're giving in. Okay, it's not about the truth no more. Okay. That's why this whole organized Christianity is bullshit. Okay, it's not the truth, man. You ain't gonna find the truth there. Okay, the truth is out on the street. Right? It says this privatizing of religion was another primary factor in persecution. They sometimes met at night in secret, and this aroused suspicion among the pagan population accustomed to religion as a public event. Rumors abounded that Christians committed I guess these are Greek words, phalangitia, celeria, and malficia. Okay, basically means outrageous crimes, wickedness, and evil deeds. Okay, so these things were being spoken of them. This wasn't the case of what was happening. This is what was being spoken of them, and it spooked people, man. Right? So specifically, cannibalism and incest, referred to as Festinian banquets or Diepodian intercourse. Due to their rumored practices of eating the blood and body of Christ, okay, when we take the cup, is it the red wine, as in drinking the Lord's blood and taking bread that represented his body. Okay, they took that to mean that, we were practicing cannibalism. But anyway. All right, it says, and referring to each other as brothers and sisters. Okay. It says, by embracing the faith of the gospel, the Christians incurred the supposed guilt of an unnatural and an unpardonable offense. They dissolved the sacred ties of customs and education, violated the religions, institutions of their country, and presumptuously despised whatever their fathers had believed as true or had reverenced as sacred. Okay, they gave up the Roman ways, right? And they found that intolerable. All right, it says Christianity practiced an inclusivity not found in social caste system of Roman Empire, and was therefore perceived by its opponents as a disruptive and most significantly and competitive menace to traditional class gender based
order of Roman society. Okay, we come up against the very fabric of the society, of the system. Okay, and it's not open to everybody. You can't make yourself an Israelite. You can't just come in these things. The Lord has separated us, man. Okay, and we make sure that's clear. Okay, only the Israelites are going to come into this thing, and only the elect of Israel is going to come into this thing ultimately. Okay, so we're not out here trying to save everybody, trying to promote everybody can come in and be delivered and be saved. No, your society is going down, man. If you're any other nation apart from an Israelite of the 12 tribes, okay, you're gonna be destroyed. Okay, and you're going into slavery, right? This is So Gibbon argued that the seeming tendency of Christian converts to renounce their family and country and their frequent predictions of impending disasters instilled a feeling of apprehension in pagan neighbors. Okay, and that's how they feel about us, man, because we've got no good news for them, man. We're doing the same thing. Okay, we're willing to up and leave our families in this for this truth, man. Those that don't agree with us, that don't want to part with us no more, then that's fine. We go take this word and we go do what we got to do, man. And we teach against this society, just like the prophets of old, against wicked societies, against wicked kingdoms, just like the scriptures say. Okay, but because we preach about the doom and gloom, fire and brimstone prophecies, man, they're filled with apprehension. Okay, and that's why hostilities grow, man. That's why they don't like us. Since much of the pagan populace believed that bad things would happen if the established pagan gods were not properly worshipped and reverenced. By the end of the 2nd century, the Christian apologist Tertullian explained about the widespread perception that Christians were the source of all disasters brought against the human race by the gods. And in a sense, yeah, starting with so-called black people, man, we're kind of blamed for all kinds of shit. Okay, and that is why ultimately when Esau comes down on us, he's not separating us in terms of our religious beliefs or our beliefs. Okay, he's gonna group us up as black people, okay, or so-called black people. That's how he's gonna do things, because he knows you are. He knows you're all Israelites. Okay, and he's gonna come down on all our people, man. He don't deal with beliefs, man. He'll say that he's an extremist. He speaks things that are extreme against the government, against people, and he won't even care or address your beliefs or the substantiation of it. He's just gonna label you a terrorist, man. And if you're black and you're black and you're walking, man, you can be gunned down, man. You're gonna be taken up and destroyed, man. Just like what happened with other persecutions that happened, from this point onwards. When I say this point, I talk about in Rome onwards, man. When Nero persecuted, all the Jews, and blamed the fire that happened on them. He didn't care what sex they belonged to, what they believed personally, and all that kind of shit. No, he just went for them all. Okay, and it's the same with other persecutions that happened down the line later. Okay, so it's gonna happen the same way here. Okay, he's not gonna give a shit about what your particular beliefs is, what your particular doctrine is. He's not gonna give a damn. Okay, you're black. Okay, that's it. That's enough for him. Okay, as you see, police shootings today, bro. He don't give a shit what you were doing. Okay. It says that if the Tiber rises as high as the city walls, if the Nile does not send its waters up over the fields, if the heavens give no rain, if there is an earthquake, if there is a famine or pestilence, straight away the cry is away with the Christians to the lions. Okay, so that's what it was like. Okay, there's another section I wanted to read in this. I know, I know this is going on for a while still, but I hope this is edifying, man, because I was reading this, man. Let's get into it still. But I'm gonna skip legal and just go to government motivation. It says when a governor was sent to a province, he was charged with the task of keeping it in pacata atque, quieter, which means settled and orderly. So his primary interest would be to keep the populace happy. Thus, when unrest against the Christians arose in his jurisdiction, he would be inclined to placate it with appeasement, lest the populace vent itself in riots and lynching. Okay, so they're just trying to keep the majorities happy, right? Um, okay, so political leaders in the Roman Empire were also public cult leaders. Roman religion revolved around public ceremonies and sacrifices. Personal belief was not as central as an element as it is in many modern faiths. Thus, while the private beliefs of Christians may have been largely immaterial to many Roman elites, this public religious practice was, in their estimation, critical to the social and political well-being of both the local community and the empire as a whole. Okay, it's that spirit. Esau runs his world in a particular spirit, okay, by his vibration. Okay. Now, anybody that's trying to upset that vibration, man, upsets everybody else in his kingdom, man, because that's the vibration they're under. We're not under that vibration. Okay, so when we speak against, man, these people are out here trying to uphold this vibration, this spirit. Okay, and like I said, it causes tension, right, or contention. Says honoring tradition in the right way was the key to stability and success. Hence, Romans protected the integrity of cults practiced by communities under their rule, seeing it as inherently correct to honor one's ancestral traditions. Okay, so they allowed us to do, what we tradition said we would do for a time. So for this reason, the Romans for a long time tolerated the highly exclusive Jewish sect. Okay, again, this is a Jewish sect. Christians are a Jewish sect. Okay, is an Israelite sect. Even though some Romans despised it. So after the first Jewish-Roman War, between 66 and 73, Jews were officially allowed to practice their religion as long as they paid the Jewish tax. There is debate among historians over whether the Roman government simply saw Christians as a sect of Judaism prior to Nero's modification of the tax in 96. Okay, so like I said, this is about Israelites, man. Okay, since Christians did not provide the hard evidence of official distinction, but part of the Roman disdain for Christianity then arose in large part from the sense that it was bad for society. Okay. So once distinguished from Judaism, Christianity was no longer seen as a bizarre sect of an old venerable religion. It was a superstitio. Okay. So superstition had for the Romans a much more powerful and dangerous connotation than it does for much of the Western world today. To them, this term meant a set of religious practices that were not only different, but corrosive to society. Okay, disturbing a man's mind in such a way that he is really going insane. Okay, and that's what they say to us. We've gone mad, and causing him to lose his humanity, basically. The persecution of superstitious sects was hardly unheard of in Roman history. An unnamed foreign cult was persecuted during a drought back in 428 BCE. Some initiates of the Bacchic cult were executed when deemed out of hand in 186 BC, and measures were taken against the Druids during the early Principate. Okay, so basically, man, they upgraded us from, a religious sect, a Christian sect, to, men that are following superstition. Okay, which is basically your terrorist watch list, man. Okay, and that's where they categorize us today. Okay, that we're somewhere outside of all of this stuff, and we're just crazy men, wanting to disrupt society and bring violence upon the earth. Okay, they take us completely out of the belief system of religion, right? Of our of our faith. Okay. So I found that quite interesting, man. So I hope you brothers found that interesting. There was just one more piece. Actually, that's what I read when it earlier on. Okay, so I don't need to read that now. So that's it, man. That's all I wanted to bring out. Like I said, I hope that was edifying, interesting at least. So, like I mentioned, man, hey, we are the true Christians of the Bible. Okay, the Israelites that believed in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're here again today, doing the same things, going under the same, you know, same challenges, man, the same persecutions that we experienced back in the time of Rome, man. Okay, but like I said, that's us and that's our lot, and that's what we're gonna do, man. To hell with these phony Christians and these phony Israelites, these non-believing Israelites that don't have the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, like I said, they're gonna be all gonna be ashamed in the day of the Lord. Okay, but with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Praise and honor, glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, till next time, shalom.